Alright, what's going on, guys? Chris Cass back here. Want to hit you up with a little Edge knowledge, if you will. Earlier this week, of course, everybody knows that Edge had to retire, and he gave up the belt on Smackdown, and it set up for who was going to be in the main event at Extreme Rules, and of course, by now we all know that Chritian is that guy. But I want to say that this sucks for Edge, but this is great for Chritian. And I don't want it to be like that. I really don't. Fact is, Chritian will never be what Edge was. It just, because of politics or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I think Chritian could have been a main eventer like Edge. In fact, I know he could have. He did it in TNA, which is not saying much. But I mean, you can put anybody in the main event spot and make it work. But that's always the problem, is making it work. And a lot of guys, it just doesn't work, and some guys just don't want the hassle, But Edge was one of those guys that said, "Hey, yeah, I want to do it." Of course, But I don't know. I kind of feel like Del Rio's going to win the title and just going to move off, and Christian's just going to be one of those guys that he's not going to fall off the face of the earth, but he's not going to be in the main event for long. I kind of feel like. I hope WWE proves me wrong. Now, this brings me to the point of, SmackDown needing new stars. Well, SmackDown needs new stars, but where are they going to get them from? I mean, you're going to have to move up guys like Kofi Kingston, guys like Drew McIntyre. You're going to have to move them up main event level, because you have no main event guys. You're going to have to have guys like Kane and the Big Show carry, and I'm still not opposed of giving the Big Show the world title. I am not opposed to that, because in his career, when has he ever, and I mean WCW and WWE, when has he ever had a meaningful title reign? Maybe the first one he had, back in '99, he won it at Survivor Series and kept it until, I want to think, the first Monday Night Raw in January, when Triple H beat him for it. But he hasn't had a long meaningful title run since then, and I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it for him. But it is what it is, and I kind of feel like he's still going to be one of those guys, in 15 years that we're going to say, yeah, he did a lot. Let's put him in the Hall of Fame. Let's just put him in there. I think moving Dolph Ziggler to Raw was a bad idea. I guess creatively it worked, but now SmackDown's lacking. You can always move Joe Mo over there, but and I haven't talked a whole lot about the whole John Morrison situation, but John Morrison's biggest problem is Melina. First off, when you allow your girlfriend to sleep with somebody else, that's just not right. You're just not a man if you just let that happen. Now, if your girl says, "Oh, but baby, I really want to sleep with him. I really want his Big Johnson inside me." Well, then you need to get to stepping. If you want it that bad enough, go get it. But don't come back to me. Don't get in his bed and then come back into mine. BS. What kind of a man is he? Well, not much of one, honestly. He let Batista punk him out. Which, if it had been me, I'd have kicked Batista right square in the face. But if I was John Morrison, now if I was Chris Chaos, I wouldn't have, because Batista could kill me, and I know this. But you know, somebody like that, you know, put him over in that spot. It works. On Raw, you've got the progression of Truth. He's getting moved up, but you really just don't. You don't have a lot of guys that you can really just put there, because you're using guys like CM Punk and Randy Orton. You're using them in a feud, which, I mean, they're having a good story, but it's hurting the main event picture a little bit, because you got guys that's not used to carrying it. But I mean, the Miz is getting accustomed, but now you're adding Truth in, and which I'm a fan of, but I just, you know, I think that it needs to be, I don't know, I kind of feel like it still needs to be somebody else. I've always been a fan of Ron Killings, but I'm not a fan as far as him being like a world champion. Now, if they had him as the NWA world champion in TNA, that's fine. But WWE is just a little different in my book, so the world title means a little bit different. But that's just the way I feel. There's really not a lot going on as far as wrestling, but I do have a couple of goodies up my sleeve for future episodes. Anyway, I will catch you guys on the flip side. If there's anything, I'm getting ready to do like a huge question and answer thing. So if anybody's got anything that you want me to talk about, or anything that, you know, I haven't discussed that you want to hear opinions of, anything, okay? Even, and I said I'd never talk about the Scott Hall thing. If somebody wants me to talk about that, I will. I won't speak in depth about it, but I will say what's on my mind as far as that goes. And just anything else that you've got that you want to hear, let me know, and I'll do my best to try to hit it. Expect next week. I'm gonna try to roll out about 9 videos next week, so expect big things coming from there. Also, as the summer months roll around, before we get to summer, we're gonna have I'm gonna have a special video. And more details later on that. Should be around the 1st of May. I already have the date circled, but I'm not going to give it out just yet. But the video will be done and uploaded on that day, and it's going to be special. Until then, you guys be good. Make sure you leave a comment, and also to follow me on Twitter, because I always get those messages real quick. And yeah, that's about all I got to say. So deuces. I will see you guys on the flip side. Damn, I can't even talk tonight. Chaos has spoken.